Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today's culinary adventure is going to be a roasted red pepper summer pasta with cheesy toasted breadcrumbs and an herb whipped ricotta. It's a simple and easy dish you can throw together in a few minutes and prep a lot of it ahead of time in case you're having company. Follow along and remember to like and subscribe. Alright, let's start with our cheesy toasted breadcrumbs. So to start, over medium heat, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to my pan. And I'll let that heat up for just a second. Okay, so once that is heated up, we're going to add in about 3/4 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs. And then we're going to add some freshly chopped parsley. Right in there. You can put as much or as little as you like. I prefer a little more. You want them nice and flavorful. And then I have some fresh oregano that I've chopped up, and same thing here. Okay, I'm going to give these a nice mix, and we're going to let these toast over medium heat for a couple minutes, maybe about 2-3 minutes, and then we're going to add the cheese. It's been about 2 to 3 minutes, and you can see that the color's changing, the oil has been absorbed, and we have some beautiful toasting going on here. I've gone ahead and freshly grated some parmigiano reggiano cheese, and we're just going to add that in. I grated about half a cup, so I'm going to add about that half cup right on in. And we're just going to toss this in, and we're going to continue to toast them until it's all nice and combined. And that cheese is nice and melted and incorporated in there. It's been about another 2 minutes, and you can see we have a beautiful toasted color on these breadcrumbs. The cheese has acted as a nice binder, and we can go ahead and turn off the heat, and we can set these to the side. Okay, it's time to start making our sauce. So for our roasted red pepper sauce, I have some roasted red peppers here. These were from the jar. I actually had these, they're imported from Italy, but if you choose to roast your own peppers too, you can do it on the stovetop. If you have a gas stovetop on an open flame, you can also broil it in the oven, that works too, and then just clean off that char. I chose, in the interest of time, just to use the jarred ones, but if you'd like to use them fresh, that's fine as well. I also have some olive oil, about 1/3 of a cup. 2 microplaned garlic cloves. You can mince them however you like. I prefer it on the microplane. About 1/4 of a cup of half and half. Half a cup of a blend between parmigiano reggiano and pecorino romano cheese that I've freshly grated. And then I have some fresh basil here. So we're going to get this all in our food processor. So we're just going to blend everything together, almost like you're making a pesto, if you will. This is kind of a no-cook sauce. We're going to add it in after the pasta is all done, and it's going to kind of melt in there with some of the pasta water. So I'm going to put my half and half in now. Perfect. Get that garlic in there. Perfect. And now the olive oil, and put the basil on top. Perfect. And then we're just going to add in a little bit of the salt and pepper there too. The basil, again, you can do as much or as little as you like. I prefer heavy basil. I love basil very, very much. So we're just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper in here. Again, this is all to taste. Perfect. Now we'll get the cover going. Our sauce is all done and out of the food processor. It's got a beautiful consistency just of pesto. At this point we can go ahead and wrap this and leave it on the counter if we're going to use it right away. Or we can leave it in the fridge and you can use it the next time that you're going to cook. If you want to prep it earlier and use it later, you can do that too. That's the beauty of this dish. Okay, next up is going to be our herb whipped ricotta. So I have about 2 cups of ricotta here. You can use hard skim, whole milk, whatever you like. Get that all into the mixer. Awesome. Next I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil. I don't really measure it, just a little bit, just a little drizzle like that. Perfect. Now I have the zest of the lemon, and we're going to throw that in. Perfect. And then I have some parsley right here, so we're going to do another little dash of parsley in there. And then some salt and pepper just to taste. Excellent. Okay, now that we have everything right here in the bowl, we can go ahead and get this all ready to go. If you don't have a stand mixer like this, you can certainly use a hand mixer or just a whisk even. So we're going to go ahead and mix this together and make sure it's all nice and whipped. I'm going to let this go for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until it's nice and fluffy and all whipped and combined. It's been about 2 to 3 minutes and my ricotta is all nice and whipped. This is what you're looking for, a nice light whipped consistency. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this into a smaller bowl, and we can go ahead and wrap it in saran wrap and keep it in the fridge until we're ready to serve. Alright, our pasta is cooking away. For this dish I prefer a longer pasta. In this case I'm using bucatini, which is like spaghetti but it's a little thicker and has a hole in it so the sauce can get nice and trapped inside. If you can't find bucatini, I'd recommend a linguine. That would be really good as well. So at the end of this cooking process, I'm going to save a whole cup of the pasta water. So once the pasta is just about done, I'm going to scoop a whole cup of this out and save it because we're going to use it to mix it in with the sauce. Alright, our pasta has been drained. And I'm now going to spoon on a lot of that sauce. Not all of it because I want to put a little bit on top. But we're just going to spoon a decent amount of it in. We'll save about that much. Alright, now I'm just going to toss this into the pasta. Really want to work it all in there. And then we're going to use some of that pasta water. Really want to work it all in there. Excellent. So now I'm going to take some pasta water and I'm just going to put a little bit of that in. Now we're going to make a nice creamy sauce out of this. Excellent. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the parmigiano, reggiano, and the pecorino romano blend, and I'm just going to drop that in and mix that in until it melts. Excellent. And now this is ready for serving. And here we have it, all complete. Our roasted red pepper summer pasta with our cheesy toasted breadcrumbs and our herbed whipped ricotta. Alright guys, that's it for this culinary adventure. I hope you tried this recipe sometime and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe down below. And remember to turn on post notifications, this way you know every time I post a brand new video. Alright guys, until the next culinary adventure, bye!